Welcome to No Clue Podcast. I am one of your hosts. I'm Tyler.
I'm Mike.
And we're back. A lot of big news. Finally, big news has happened. The one we've all been waiting for, Greek Freak finally traded to Miami in exchange for a lot of the Miami guys that, I don't know. You want me to go through everybody that's in the trade?
Yeah, you could list them.
Okay, let's see. Jaime Jaquez, Tyler Hero, Yakachunas, and Khalil Ware. Yeah.
4 guys, and it was 3 picks.
Yeah, this is what I'm looking at. It doesn't have all the picks, but I know it's a lot of picks. Good picks.
It might have been like a couple of picks and then like swaps, maybe something like that.
Yeah, definitely swaps. Yeah.
For Greek Freak and Bobby Portis.
And Bobby Portis. Yes, sir.
Which was an interesting nugget.
What do you think about the trade?
I mean, for Miami, I do like it.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it's kind of the move they've been looking for years now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just nervous about how it'll look offensively.
Okay.
But
what makes you nervous?
Like for starters, are they going to be able to keep Powell?
Oh, right. Yeah. It's it was Nate Ament in this draft that went number 13. It was first round picks from 2020,
That's right.
2031 and 2033, a pick swap in 2030 and a second round pick in 2033. I mean, these teams have no confidence in the 2033 draft. They're just letting all the 2033 picks fly. Yeah. So Kasparas Yakachunas. I didn't know his first name. Yeah. Are they going to be able to keep Powell financially, you're saying?
Yes.
Got it.
Because Powell is exactly the player they need, because now they just need guys to kind of fill out spots, roles, a full rotation.
Mm-hmm.
But all 4 of those guys played big minutes.
Yeah, they did.
So now, your depth really, Miami's always been good at plugging guys in, but your depth does suffer. You're getting 2 older guys.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Greek Freak's been a little injury prone, if anything.
Yeah.
So I do wonder how the rest of their offseason will play out before I get too excited.
The rest of Miami's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Bobby Portis is a really big addition because, to your point, they are losing a lot of their rotation guys. And Khalil Ware was like a really promising big man.
Yeah.
And getting Bobby in that really does help. You get a 6th man of the year candidate, perennial 6th man of the year candidate. Yeah, it's a weird one. It's definitely a weird one. It's amazing that the Heat pulled this off without losing really any starters other than Hero.
Yeah, I do think I'm excited to see Wiggins if he's kind of back. I think Wiggins will fit well. But one concern, Bam and Giannis seem kind of interesting together.
Mm-hmm.
But they've never had to give up the paint for anybody.
Right.
And now, especially with Giannis, I don't want the Bam's offseason to be just extending his range.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where they'll kind of I worry they'll limit each other offensively a lot more often than people think.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm very curious how they fill out the rest of the rotation.
Yeah, I do think the half-court offense is going to be kind of weird. Now, full court defensively, fast breaks, transition, I think that's going to be beautiful. But half-court Yeah, I don't really see the Giannis and Bam 2-man game working out that great. I don't really see like a really good horns action working out unless they have a really savvy point guard, which again speaks to what else they do with the offseason. I don't see Davion Mitchell as a guy who I would be confident in maneuvering this offense with those guys. Not all the time. So that will be interesting.
I do think Miami's play style fits Giannis well.
Yeah, it definitely does. Definitely.
A lot of times it felt like Milwaukee's roster was like almost too slow for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with Miami, like the fact that they'll play better defense will by default get them out in transition.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. So let's talk about Milwaukee. Not necessarily how it looks for them as a team this year, but how does it look for them future-wise? They have 2 first-round picks from Miami. They got Nate Ament in this draft. They got a pick swap and a second-round pick in 2033, 7 years from now.
Who's their new coach?
Who is their new coach?
Can you look that up for me?
Bucks' new coach is Taylor Jenkins. That's right. Taylor Jenkins got this from Memphis. Ex-Memphis coach.
That's a good first step.
It's a good fit for a rebuild. He's a good rebuild coach. Worked with young guys before. Worked with a lot of a mixed bag before, and he's made a lot of guys like, Conchar and Aldama and all these guys who really weren't expecting to be these solid role players really stand out a little bit. Might have to pull that out for this team.
You know what's tough about this situation from Milwaukee? Because, at first it's kind of like you get, really random guys that don't really equal seemingly the value of who you lose. But the more you think about it, like it's really an example of nice guys finish last, where Milwaukee tried to play this whole Giannis saga like politely and respectfully and patiently and like we'll accommodate you. And it turned out it kind of screwed them in the end.
Did it? I mean,
I just feel like it limited. It limited their flexibility a little bit, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Normally, you're able to kind of flex the value of such an incredible player.
Yeah.
And they didn't get that opportunity.
And you think that's because what? Because of the season or?
Because they wanted to accommodate, what he wanted, and they also kind of went back and forth with him like, oh, you are staying. Like, great. Oh, wait, you're leaving. Okay, like, let's figure it out. And it was just kind of a mess of a situation the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. I see that. I see that point for sure. I'm not sure if I feel that way, but I definitely see where you're coming from. I think that the amount of picks they got is almost like I'll be good for years and years and years, even though they're not going to be good, but they're looking up towards something. And they had a choice. Not like they didn't have a choice. They could have taken Jaylen Brown and probably would be pretty good this year. But it wouldn't have been quite what they wanted.
I do think
how do you feel about that? You think that Jaylen Brown and 2 picks package is better than this package?
No.
And me either. And partially is because I know Jaylen Brown still would probably leave. He kind of made that clear that he really wants to choose where he wants to go, choose where he's going next as well. But if he wanted his own team, this would have been his own team for sure. Him and Kevin Porter Jr.
I do like Milwaukee trusting themselves that they could draft well in the next, 3 to 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're capable, and they don't necessarily require a top 3 pick to find somebody good.
Who's the last good draft pick Milwaukee got?
Middleton? Was he one of their picks?
I don't think so. I think Middleton was in the G League, maybe. Middleton had a weird. Let me see. Middleton was.
Rollins a pretty good draft pick.
Middleton was drafted by the Pistons.
Really? Wow.
Somehow. Yeah, then he went to the G League, and Milwaukee got him from the G League.
I think Rollins was a good draft pick.
Nope, G League.
Really? Wow. I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't have a track record of a good draft.
No, I don't think they're bad. It's just, I think that there's a freedom to just being able to pick the best available, and that's where they are now. I think for a while they've been trying to pick who will fit well with Giannis. I really liked Andre Jackson Jr. from UConn that they picked. He didn't fit, but I saw the vision that they were, he's a really high jumper, super athlete. He can play the dunker spot with Giannis. I saw what they were trying to do. Just didn't work. Beauchamp, I think they drafted, just didn't work. But I think that there's a freedom to saying, hey, we just need somebody good. Like, it really doesn't matter. Let's just get somebody good, see what happens, instead of looking to try to fit people into how they already play or fit people around Giannis. So I think that there's a freedom to that. Uh-huh.
They're also going to be the kind of one of the first case studies in what a rebuild looks like with the new tanking rules.
Yeah.
So that's why I really like that they got Taylor Jenkins, because, like you said, he develops young talent.
Yeah.
So now you're at least productive, even if your roster's a mess next season.
Mm-hmm.
So I do really like that. I really think that was kind of the boiling point, was who they picked as the coach moving forward.
Yeah.
They're one of the few coaching hires that really wasn't looking for like a culture guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they made a good pick.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Anything else on this one?
No, I think while I like what Miami's doing, I don't think they'll be good enough to win a title. I'm ready to say that now.
But just based off what's happened so far, just based off Giannis?
Yeah, and based off, shout out to the Knicks, based on how the Knicks just won.
Yeah.
How kind of the West is shaping up moving forward.
Yeah, I think they're probably only one player away, though.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Because, I really, really like Davion Mitchell, but he's just not going to get it done. He'd be third string on New York. And everyone else, though, like Powell, if they did keep Powell, Wiggins, Giannis, and Bam, is 4 out of a really good championship 5.
Yeah.
And then you got Bobby, you got Pella Larson, who was cooking last year for Miami. They had someone else good on their team last year that, I thought had a really good shot. I'm glad I wasn't in the trade.
Highsmith's still there?
Who?
Highsmith. I know he didn't turn out like we thought, but he's still pretty solid.
Yeah, I think they traded Highsmith to I saw Highsmith somewhere else last year.
Damn.
Is he on Phoenix? Yeah, I forgot where he went. Yeah, he got traded last year. In the middle of the season. I couldn't believe it for basically nothing. Highsmith is Phoenix. He got traded to Phoenix. Okay. Yeah. But Miami does have Fontecchio, who kind of finished the season really good. Kashad Johnson, dude who won the dunk contest. Jovic, that's what I was thinking of. Nikola Jovic. He played really good last year. Kind of a stretch big. So they got some interesting pieces. Not any championship pieces, but they got some interesting pieces on the bench that definitely could hold it down. They'll be a playoff team this year, even with um, Davion Mitchell at the one. But I would think that they're going to go out looking for a legit starting point guard, even if it's like another team's really good backup or something.
I do think I could be convinced, especially if Giannis is healthy this year and we see kind of all season how he fits and who they play around him. I could be convinced that they're a contender by the end of the regular season.
Yeah. I can see that. All right, next trade. LaMelo Ball and Josh Green traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves for Naz Reid, a 2033 first round pick, 28, 29, 2030 first round swaps, and 29, 32, 33 second round picks. So 4 picks and 3 swaps. And Naz Reid got you LaMelo Ball and Josh Green. Thoughts?
I mean, it's pretty fresh, so it's like I haven't really pictured it from a basketball perspective that much.
I have.
But honestly, I mean, what's to like? What's there to like about this? You tell me. What am I missing?
Well, I said I thought about it. I didn't say I liked it.
So nothing then.
I'll say this. There will be times where it is transcendent to watch. And then there will be times where it's absolutely nauseating. It'll be so disgusting to watch sometimes. But sometimes it'll be amazing. Sometimes it'll be like Wade and LeBron, probably. And then other times it'll be just kind of like Harden and Westbrook. Like that era, that short-lived time, it'll be a lot of dribbling. It'll be a lot of turnovers. It's going to be a ton of turnovers. And it's they'll still have problems in the clutch, I think.
You know who I feel bad for?
Fun to watch, sure.
I feel bad for Chris Finch.
That he has to deal with this?
Because he's got a tough job next season.
He does. He's definitely going to be on the hot seat.
Yeah, for sure. And he's a guy who's kind of been like, he's never prioritized discipline. He's always kind of focused on chemistry.
Yeah.
And while they've improved in certain ways, I feel like they plateau every playoff run because they lack discipline. So every time in the playoffs, you're like, who are these guys? Like, what do they do? Like, one game they look like a contender. Other game, you're like, why are they here?
Right.
And this is like more of that, where, yeah, to your point, the upside with LaMelo is insane. Like, there's going to be stretches where you look unbeatable. But if you don't develop any discipline, you're going to get like some of the most diabolical shot attempts you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, it's coming for sure.
And it's just like you're not. I can't take you seriously in the West if you can't make good decisions down the stretch.
Do they have enough to actually like really make LaMelo shine? I mean, I think getting we said off air, but I think getting Josh Green in this is actually the sneaky best part of this trade because he adds depth, he adds defense, he adds athleticism. He can hit the three sometimes. He definitely is like a really good placeholder for DiVincenzo until DiVincenzo comes back. They're kind of in the same realm. DiVincenzo's a little bit better playmaker, but everything else I would say they're pretty similar. And they just needed guard depth so bad. And now they need all depth, but they needed guard depth so bad. But I just wonder if this isn't on paper, this isn't a team I would say, oh, surround Melo with these guys, and Melo is going to really play to the best of his ability. He's not really that major of a lob guy. He was the Miles Bridges, but Gobert and Jaden McDaniels is not really how they play.
I would be a lot more positive if DiVincenzo didn't tear his Achilles.
If he was playing next year?
Yeah, I mean, even if he comes back, that's best case. He comes back right before the playoffs, which is unlikely.
Right.
But he's one of the few guys who because again, LaMelo's game is so random. You need a steady presence around him, which Jaden McDaniels is not. He's another like high risk, high reward guy.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Ant is like his own kind of player, but now we didn't even talk about the fact that they gave up Randall.
Yeah.
So now you really have to figure out role players that could just provide
for nothing, by the way.
Yeah, like they addition by subtraction. I like it, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But to kind of they've already been a thin team depth wise.
Yeah.
I'm honestly, LaMelo's also a guy who's fairly injury prone. Like LaMelo goes down, I can't even picture like how you're getting through 48. What guards are you playing for 48 minutes?
Ayo, that's it.
Yeah, you paid really Ayo a ton of money. By the way, he ended the playoffs. He got hurt too. Like you gotta have guys who you could plug in that, because again, the season hasn't been shortened yet.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of games to get through. A lot of teams in the West that are young there was not a lot of easy wins in the West.
And the teams that performed the best in the West had deep benches.
100%.
And that's the one thing they don't have is a deep bench. And it got worse. So, yeah. Let me ask you this. Do you they got Mo Gay in that trade. Sorry, I don't mean to call Mo Gay nothing because I do like Mo Gay. But do you think that Anthony Edwards, has he shown you any actual – well, let me put it this way. There's a difference between an alpha dog and an actual leader. And for me, Anthony Edwards has shown he's an alpha dog, but he hasn't shown me any actual leadership on the Timberwolves, because the last 3 seasons in the playoffs, at the end of the playoffs, it's always like, why isn't he doing more? Where is he? What happened? It's, I was double teamed. I couldn't get a shot off. We just, I get this year health was a bigger deal than the last few years, but how do you feel about that? Like, do you think who's going to be the leader on this team? Does that play into why you think that it's a little bit more volatile? Is it because you're not confident in Edwards' leadership skills? Finch's?
I think they're going to trust LaMelo for better or worse. I think they're going to kind of believe in him. I mean, unless it looks really bad, they're going to believe in his upside. And especially if he's playing well, like LaMelo's a guy I think Edwards will defer to him. That to me, like Randall, for as good as he could be, he's just not the number one. Like he's not your second round number one guy.
No, he's not.
But LaMelo, I don't know about the playoffs, but like LaMelo has shown such an incredible talent that, again, I don't think it's right, but I think they'll defer to him.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the balance where even in the past, Edwards defers to guys he clearly shouldn't. But the problem is he's not involved. And it's been years of this now, like to your point, 3 years essentially. With LaMelo, if it's the same thing, nothing's going to change.
Right.
But if they could kind of learn at some point that, like, Edwards as an option 2 could be even more dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there is something exciting here that could really work.
Yeah.
I just don't believe in their discipline. That's where I know they'll come up short.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely really curious to see their first crunch time game, like their first game where it's like a 5-point game, 7 minutes left in the game.
Dude,
I'd like to see that.
From a basketball fan though, because you've been kind of suggesting they get Ja for some time.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
This is a vicious
for fun.
alternative
For fun.
exactly for that. Like I'm
Yeah.
excited to watch this team way more than I am like OKC next year.
Yeah.
But the odds of them being better than OKC, like slim to none.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think that a lot of the guys on Minnesota, I'm really not even sure should be in the NBA. And I mean that very respectfully. I just mean like compared to
What's his name still there? Is McLaughlin still there? I hope not.
No, he's on San Antonio.
Okay, cool. That's
right. I saw him on the bench in the finals. No, but like there's a couple guys where it's like isn't Ingles still on the team on the roster? Like,
yeah, didn't he put up like a double final game of the season? I swear, you maybe a triple double even. I might be crazy.
He didn't have a triple
double. Final game of the season, bro. I swear to you, he went off.
I know he checked in and had a good game, but like let's just be real. Like most of the guys they have that their deep bench just wouldn't even make the team on any of the other playoff teams. I mean, any of them, like Phoenix, LA, Houston, a lot of those guys wouldn't even be on the team. And I still, for the most part, have all those guys. And with DiVincenzo hurt, Green just takes his spot. So they really are still going to have to rely on a bunch of guys that come in for Ant and LaMelo playing like all these minutes. It just didn't address the problem.
I really like Minnesota's going to look similar to Charlotte.
Oh, yeah, they are.
They're going to mold into kind of LaMelo's play style. And again,
I think that Charlotte might be. So my silver lining is that might be better for Minnesota, though. Because I think their play style just –
yeah.
I just don't think they really had one. I think that LaMelo could add some sort of structure that they didn't have.
He speeds them up. He just out of his creativity, he speeds them up, even in half court sets where there's like some potential for an exciting shot creator. And again, it's like if we're going to play stagnant, LaMelo helps that. LaMelo still gives you some creativity. Does he fix the fact that you're stagnant? Of course not. But again, that's like a culture problem they've had with multiple bigs, multiple elite bigs, and now an elite guard.
But they also haven't had a pick and roll playmaker. They've had, Ant is a good pick and roll scorer, but off the pick and roll, that's all he does. He's not a good pick and roll passer. He's not a good, put pressure on the defense kind of guy, and that's really LaMelo's forte. Dude. So
how about Edwards starts screening? Like this is a guy Edwards could set screens for and make more plays out of. Because again, like he really, when he gives up the ball, he's not involved at all.
No, and I think he will have to be now. And even if LaMelo will find him, and make him involved. And I think that was the biggest problem with not having a point guard. When he got off the ball, there was no one that was like, all right, I got to get him the ball. I could draw his man. There was none of that before, and now I do think that would be something beneficial. But back to the overall point, will that happen for 82 games? Probably not.
I do think they're going to get a lot of the same highlights like Bridges was getting with LaMelo.
With Ant?
Yeah.
Or just I don't know.
A lot of the same lobs, the same kickouts. They like again, even when Charlotte was really bad, LaMelo and Bridges developed chemistry really quick.
Bridges is a different kind of. Bridges actually likes highlights though,
But that's
and
the
Ant
thing.
really isn't a.
LaMelo, like he has a little extra chemistry boost with the good athletes. Like I think he'll get
Yeah,
McDaniels some more easy baskets. Like McDaniels
yeah.
becoming
I think him
better.
and McDaniels is perfect. Is a perfect
Yeah, that's
match.
the thing.
Yeah,
A lot of these guys have gotten better individually, and it doesn't translate when they really need it because it's like their offense is so stagnant.
yeah.
And with LaMelo, I think some of that you could alleviate it a little bit.
I'm just not very confident in Ant's and Anthony Edwards as a teammate. Maybe that's me hating, but I haven't really seen him as a
Fair.
great teammate. I don't see him as cutting off the ball. I don't see him as like a I'm running with you kind of guy. It just is like I just give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. And I'm not saying he's a ball hog because he's not. It's just like if you're giving him the ball, all he's thinking about is what he's gonna do and not of a play. It's like if I get it, I can do this, I can do that. It's not like, yo, let me get in this spot and make it easier for you to get it to me. He doesn't have that second thing in his mind, to me, from what I've seen. But I don't know. I think he could prove me wrong. Let's go back to the Randall thing real quick, though. Julius Randle and the number 28 pick got traded for Mo Gay and the number 33 pick, and Nick Claxton somehow got traded to the Bulls for.
Yeah, why was this a 3-team trade?
I'm not sure. Like, I don't know why they didn't trade Randall for Claxton. Like, that seems like a perfectly fair trade, but I guess you don't want Claxton and Gobert, basically.
This is honestly, I was low on Randall coming off the playoffs.
Yeah.
But like this almost looks like the fucking team like shunned him after the playoffs.
What, to send him to Brooklyn? For
For
nothing?
nothing? For essentially nothing. You know, no disrespect, but it's like Randall is like an all-star caliber player.
Well, the thing is, they did it to free up the cap space for Dosunmu. So
again, Randall's skill set was so insignificant that he was like a clearance piece for a guy you acquired mid-season last year.
I know.
I'm not.
And
I like the contract for
the
Dosunmu.
And a bench guy at that. He's not even. I mean, I guess he might start this year.
I mean, he did cook Jamal. You know, they were pretty excited of him cooking Jamal.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to say he's cooking everybody league wide, but we'll see.
He didn't cook anybody on OKC.
That's the problem. That's why I'm concerned.
Right. If you can't cook anybody on OKC, then it really doesn't matter.
Jamal's not a defensive stout by any means.
Yeah, and unfortunately, well, I'm not making excuses, but you never know when Jamal's actually healthy or not. Right. When he gets cooked, you can always be like, Always at the end of the season, just like Jimmy Butler, we find out Jamal's been dealing with tendonitis and his ankles all year or whatever, something crazy. That's right. But anyway, so you hate Randall in Brooklyn. I like it.
Bro, Randall and MPJ is just disgusting.
I love it.
It's so gross.
I'm feeling it.
Dude, there's going to be like they're going to cook for like 3 to 5 games. There's going to be like 4 games where they both put up crazy numbers. They get on the glass. I can see it, but it's maybe 5 games, maybe.
Out of 82?
Yeah. I mean, they'll win more than that. Don't get me wrong. They're not like a historically garbage team.
You're just saying that's the only time they're going to have good games at the same time?
Absolutely. What is the MPJ to Randall like game look like, or vice versa? Like there's gonna be none of that. They're going to be bottom tier in assists. Maybe I didn't get to watch them the second half of the season last year, so I'm sure there's a couple guards I'm sleeping on. I'm sure there are.
You talking about Brooklyn?
Yeah. But I don't care. Like, that's not – Randall's a fucking asshole. Like, Randall's coming in – Randall's been contending for a long time, and now he's going to a fucking rebuild where, like, he's going to think he's the number one guy. I don't want this team to fucking give up the ball to him.
Who is the number – MPJ is the number one guy?
Sort of, but the problem is, they're in the Milwaukee situation. They fucking suck. They got to believe in their young guys for better or worse.
Yeah, I mean, hold on, keep going. I'm gonna check something real quick. I want to look up something.
It's just like I just can't picture Randall coming in. You talked about I don't think Anthony Edwards is a good leader. Like Julius Randle, what leadership skills has he shown?
He just plays hard, leads by example.
Does he? In the playoffs, he was complaining hard. I don't know about playing hard.
Yeah, I mean, in general, not maybe not this season, but in general, I think he just plays. He just tries to lead by example. I just
want Brooklyn not to slow down for him. Like, I want him to fit whatever they're doing.
That's fair. I wanted to look up something because I wanted to look up the Knicks roster when Julius Randle got there.
And
you want to hear it?
I just hate. Hang on. I've wanted Claxton out of Brooklyn for so long.
Me too.
And the fact that it's Chicago as a fucking like bonus destination, again, I still don't understand why they're in it. I hate that they got a good center because they're not going to utilize him at all.
They got a new coach too.
We'll see. I'm hating. I'll let it go.
They really wanted a center, and they wanted him. No, I'm with you. I wish they went somewhere that really wanted him because I do think he's really valuable. I think that he is kind of the he's like the leftover of that DeAndre Jordan, Hassan Whiteside kind of era of just throw it up anywhere he can get it. He's going to block the shots. He's going to hurt himself trying to block shots. He's going to hurt himself trying to dunk on people. I like that, and I do think a lot of teams could use that. But I think Chicago has something cooking somewhere. I don't know what it is yet, and I hope they don't spend all the money trying to retain the guys that are have options, which is like they have a ton of dudes on options for some reason. But I think that he's a good step in the right direction for them, especially because they have a really good young front court core now with Buzelis and Caleb Wilson in this draft. I mean, those three, Buzelis, Wilson, and Claxton, is a really nice.
And I like
trio
running the show with those guys.
Yeah, and I've said it. This is my second offseason saying it. They are just missing a good wing, and I do think now they could go for a good wing. They could end up with Jaylen Brown, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I think they have a lot of options, but they don't have a lot of money because I didn't know until recently how much Nick Claxton makes, which is a ton. He's getting paid. So, but real quick, back to Randall really fast. Listen, this is what the Knicks roster was when Randall got there. Kadeem Allen, RJ Barrett was a rookie. Ignas Brazdeikis from Michigan, he was a rookie. Reggie Bullock, Wayne Ellington, two UNC guys. Taj Gibson, Mo Harkless, Kevin Knox, Marcus Morris, Frank Tilakina, Elfrid Payton, Bobby Portis, Mitchell Robinson, Dennis Smith Jr., and my 5-star roommate for 3 years, Alonzo Trier. They were absolutely terrible when Randall got there. absolutely disgustingly. What was the record?
Sure.
21-45 when he got there. So I'm not saying now it'll be an exaggeration if I said Randall built the culture from that. However, Randall was one of the few that stayed competitive on this team who I think Alonzo Trier was leading them in scoring at the time. Who that's my man.
He had like a 3-week stretch where he played great. I remember that.
He did, yeah. So he's another Arizona steroid guy. So it's just I just think Randall has this competitiveness that he maintains even in the darkest depths of failure. I think that's something that Brooklyn really needed on their team. I'm not saying they need Randall, but the competitiveness that Randall brings, I do think they really, really needed. And yeah, maybe he was emotional shooting, or maybe not getting fouled, but I do think he can bring some sort of competitiveness, some fulcrum to this very. Now, with all that being said, do I think they're going to be good? Of course not. I think they're going to be disgustingly bad. It sucks that they don't still have the draft rules because they'd probably be automatic first pick of the draft. But I do think they'll be competitive. I would say I'm just going to leave it at that. I do think they'll be competitive. I think he'll be back in New York. Seemed like he was happy in New York. Just cross the bridge, but do think he'll be happy in New York. And who knows? That's it.
That's fair. I
like the big guy that. Yeah, I'm gonna keep a little upside for Julius. What's the big guy that Brooklyn has that that played really good this year? Hold up, I'm about to look up.
Sharp, was it?
No, Sharp's been there for a while. This guy is newer. I'll find him. They made some interesting draft picks too. I don't know enough about the UCLA guy, but the other two guys I thought were pretty good. Josh Minot looked good last year. I forgot they have Terrence Mann. Danny Wolf was dunking on people.
Shout out
Clowney,
Danny Wolf.
Noah Clowney. That's what I was thinking of.
Hey, Danny Wolf was one of those underrated guys I was talking about. He was solid.
He was.
I like the little bit I saw from him.
Josh Clowney is who I was talking about. 12 points, 4 rebounds this year. He kind of plays like a inside-out big. He had a couple really nice dunks, hit some jump shots. I really like how he looked. Nolan Traore, I really liked. I think they have a decent. It's ugly, but I see something. Coming. It's a little bit ugly, but I think they just need a little more fire. I think Randall gives them some of that to make them come out there every night. But I wouldn't be surprised if Randall stopped starting by the end of the season. I would say that, though. I could see them saying, look, we're just going to go all young, and this is what we're going to focus on. I wouldn't be surprised.
The worst, like, the worst case scenario of that is he gets fucking bought out or like a Josh Smith kind of situation.
It's possible. This reminds me of when Al Jefferson went to the Bobcats. Like, good competitive.
Yeah.
He's going to try hard. But the Bobcats were disgustingly bad, too. But he came in, he got it done. He played well sometimes, and they were competitive, but were they good? Absolutely not. And that's kind of how I feel this team would be. Randall's there, Al Jefferson. Or I don't think he's going to be Josh Smith bad.
No, yeah. That's like absolute worst case where, they'll struggle and he's got a shitty attitude, but I don't think that'll be the case.
Yeah, he's never been that kind of teammate. Never been a Josh Smith kind of teammate. Any thoughts on Isaiah Stewart going to Memphis?
Oh, breaking news to me. I missed this.
Oh, you missed that one? Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah.
Isaiah Stewart traded to Memphis for 2 picks. Beef stew.
I'll be honest, I don't care. I think he sucks.
Yeah, I don't know what Memphis is. I don't know what Memphis is up to. I don't really get it.
It's random as shit. And for Detroit, I mean, he was the easiest part of their rotation to lose, and I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I think he just was 3 second-round picks. Sorry, I think I said 2. It was 3 second-round picks. I think he just kind of is opening up cap space for them to make sure they keep everybody that they wanted to keep. Which I don't know who was a free agent for them, but I'm assuming they're gonna try to keep everybody. Kobe White returns to the Hornets on a 3-year, $74 million deal. They got him making $24 million a year.
I saw this. Yeah, I like it.
It's tough. Al Horford staying with the Warriors for $14 million, $7 million a year, and Austin Reeves resigns to the Lakers. Okay, let's get down to it, man. Let's get down to it. AJ Dubonsa is a wizard.
Yes.
Trae Young is still a wizard.
I could sleep safely again without worry.
I love it for the Wizards. I was really hoping they did pick Dubonsa. I just think this was like a no-lose situation, though, for them. They could have picked anybody, any of the top 3. I think it would have been fair. And this isn't one of those where I think we've had some controversial ones in the past where we really were worried about when we looked back, how it would look with their choices. But this year, I just think no matter who ends up being better, you look back at this and you just have to understand, like, these guys were all really studs in college. It wasn't like a real argument like it has been in the past.
But I just think the Wizards, to your point, whoever they picked, the team is kind of waiting for like the next guy to come in and take the mantle.
Yeah.
And I think any of the picks, Peterson especially, like would have got a completely like full opportunity to shine.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think he gets that in Utah to the same extent.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's where I kind of like if I was a top pick, I would also want to go only to DC because they're in such a like take command of the franchise situation.
Yeah, much lower expectations.
And I just think I do think AJ just has like a different level of upside than the other guys do to me.
Okay. Tell me more.
Like I just think I think he separated himself as the clear-cut number 1 pick early in the season.
Yeah.
And we kind of psyched ourselves out the rest of the way where it's like it's not that clear-cut. Like there's no way this guy is that much better. But the more I double back, I do think that.
I think the top 2 were way better than everybody else. Like I know people like Boozer, but I mean I think Boozer even went too high in my personal opinion. But with Dubonsa and Peterson, there really was nobody remotely close to those 2. But between them, it's just I see what you mean because I do think Dubonsa has a higher ceiling. I think Dubonsa has like a Jordan, Kobe-esque ceiling. I'm not saying he's going to be like them. I'm saying he's that mold.
I want to get that hype for him too. No, I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm just saying he's more of the mold of like a longevity wing, like a DeRozan is 38 and still really competitive. Like I could see him being a long-term guy. But I think highs, like higher highs, Peterson just like some of his shots are just so water, bro. Like sometimes he just does not miss. It's just crazy.
He's gonna heat up like crazy, dude, and that's where it's gonna be cool in Utah because he's kind of like part of the crew. It's not gonna be, you know, the defense is not gonna be able to zero in on him.
Yeah. So
when he gets going, it's just gonna be nonstop.
Yeah, he to me, I know they compared they compared a lot of guys to Dame in this draft for some reason. I don't know why. Like it was like 4 or 5 dudes that were like Dame Lillard. He could be Dame Lillard. He could be Dame Lillard.
Why are we disrespected? I just don't get it. But okay.
But to me, like Peterson, he's bigger, but his play style to me is much more like a Dame guy. He's very pull up, jumper heavy. You know, he kind of has the stop and go. He has bounce, but it's not like free. He's not a freak athlete.
Yeah.
He doesn't need a whole lot of space. He just knows how to get to the shot. He does very minimal moves. He's not like a CJ McCollum that dribbles 20 times. He's not a Harden. Is very Dame is between the legs, stutter, I'm going up. And there's nothing you can do to stop him.
Very efficient.
And he reminds me more of that kind of style. And to be, you know, his size playing like that, I don't know. I could see him between the two. I think Peterson has a better chance of leading the league in scoring, but I think Debanza has a better chance of having a longer, maybe more consistent career. I can see Peterson being up and down, up and down, up and down.
I also think Debanza kind of figuring out he's going to be similar to Cooper Flagg, where he'll stuff the stat sheet randomly all the time.
Yeah.
More so when he's not playing well, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm super hyped for him in DC. I don't even want to discuss like whether DC will be good or not. We'll do that closer to the season. But I think he just coming in as incredible of a player as he is, he's coming in as such a perfect situation for him individually.
I agree. Yeah.
And I would have felt the exact same way for Peterson.
Yeah, I think Peterson and Trey would have had more issues than Peterson will have in Utah, and more issues than Debanza would. I don't think Debanza will have any problems because I do think, to your point, Debanza can do a little more off the ball. He likes to post up. He likes to cut. He likes to hit the short jumper. He can hit the long jumper. He can rebound. He likes getting into the mix. That's not really Peterson's thing. So I think if you have Peterson and Trey, you'd have two guys who at some point would both be doing nothing. And that's something you definitely don't want on a team that's really trying to pick it up. They're starting 5 though, man. I'm telling you. With Keyshawn George, Debanza, Trey, Sar, and AD. That's a tough starting 5. If everybody's
healthy. Trey Johnson played well second half of the year, so I really like how they're going to look.
Great 6-man, Trey Johnson. And then Jameer Watkins, I mentioned last pod. I mean, I really liked him at the end of the season. He kind of tore up the garbage time games, the tank games. He was going crazy.
Yeah.
You guys got a good squad coming. Good squad. Was there any of the other picks that stood out to you at all that made you curious?
No, I like the obscure guy, the Purdue guard, Smith, Braden Smith, I believe.
Where do you get drafted?
It was early second round.
Braden Smith.
It's like 30
Pacers.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
I think he's a good decision maker. I liked also the UConn guy. He was a late first round pick. Caravan?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Caravan,
He was like one of the last, wasn't the last one, but he was one of the last first round picks.
Yeah.
I
Yep,
just
I
think
like
there's
him
like a
too.
resurgence for good decision maker guards.
Yeah.
And I think they fit right in, even if the ceiling is low, which obviously these two guys, like their ceiling is, I don't even know what the peak could be.
Hmm.
Uh, but I think they're set up to fit right in on a team with good depth. And if they're just
Yeah.
steady, it's like
Hmm.
it really sets you up to just be a role player, a consistent role player at that. Where did Caravan go, by
Yeah.
the way? I could pull it up real quick.
Um, he went to the Cavs and then got traded to Sacramento. I guess I'm not really sure how, but traded to Sacramento.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love the destination, but I still think again, it's more you actually now need his skill set. You need that steady presence. So you're not looking for an upside guy with a late first round pick when you're a bad team.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. You see anyone that you think is on bus alert? Or are you waiting on that?
Oh,
Pause.
the Arizona guy, Koa Pete. I think he's like
Yeah,
a
really?
he's like a trash version of Boozer to me.
Yeah, that's fair. Of course, Knicks.
And
Oh,
I
the
liked him.
Knicks
I liked him
traded him.
early on. I liked him like
Hmm.
in October, November, and then I saw him
Yeah,
in January. Nothing changed. February, nothing changed. March Madness, he literally like he might have regressed a little bit, and he played
yeah,
all season. Like, dude, you were out there. You're not. One thing you're dealing with an injury. Okay, you got it. But
right.
you're playing all season on a team that's dominating, and you're not like improving. You're not showing anything but just like good pivots. I need more than that. And
Good
that's
pivots.
and that's
Yeah,
I'm exaggerating obviously, but with
yeah,
Boozer, that's where like Boozer stood out as the season went on. You saw a little bit more from him. You saw a little bit more ability to play off ball. You saw him get more active as the season went on.
yeah,
Pete was
yep,
just kind of like a steady, low upside guy. That's really all I saw.
yeah, yeah. He seems he just played very college esque. Like he
Yeah,
looked like someone I thought would stay another year. He didn't look like
exactly.
a pro playing in college like some of these other guys. Yeah.
Who you got as a
Um,
potential buzz?
Keaton Wagler going to the Clippers. I just don't see it. I mean, I think he got buckets. He had a really big game, a couple really big games, but I don't like where he pulls his shot from. He's kind of a shoulder loader. I don't really like where he pulls his shot from. I think,
Oh, low release. Oh, that's not a good look.
yeah, I mean, he has good size. He needs a lot of screens. He doesn't have a whole lot of like ISO level game that I saw, not against like really good talent. Obviously, and that's the one thing that's tough in college because they're going to play like a quarter of their games against guys that have no business guarding an NBA caliber player. So in those games, he
I
can
know,
take guys
and a
ISO.
lot of these guys fucking eat in those games.
They do, yeah. So in a lot of those games, he looked like he could take guys ISO. But when they played other teams, guys his size, because I mean, like you're not going to go to uh, Southern Illinois and play a 6'6" shooting guard. Like this is not like a 6'6" guy might be playing center at those schools, and
That's where,
this is
yeah,
guys
it
really
makes it
can't check
harder.
him.
It makes it harder to evaluate these guys because you really got to like pinpoint when you could really catch the moments.
Right. So I'm just saying for me, I didn't see him do that against talent that I thought would be like NBA as an NBA scorer. And coming from like all the other NBA scorers we've seen, I just didn't see that in college. So going at 5 was a little bit high for me. I could have seen him at like 9, 10, but not 5. But I do think he's kind of what the Clippers want. And like Matherin is inconsistent, so I could see them trying to get another scorer, but I just don't really see his scoring translating. Kind of like a Kyle Guy or something like that, like
Yeah, he
Stauskas.
might sneak in a few years, but not nothing like serious.
Right. Yeah, that's how I feel. Yeah. He might end up being more of just a catch and shoot shooter, like a um Kennard. Like Kennard. Kennard wasn't like a huge scorer in college, but he did a lot more than they want him to do now.
Yeah.
Like I think I could see Wagler coming in like, yeah, I was doing all this in college. Nah, dude, we just want you to just shoot. Just stand in the corner and just shoot. You can't do all that stuff. Yeah, so I could see that happening for him. But I don't see him being a number 5 level guy. So I really liked I thought OKC getting Mara from Michigan was really smart. Another more size. I'm actually really surprised he went that late. I thought somebody else would try to scoop him up just because maybe one of these teams that didn't really need anything. Like I'm not really sure what the Hawks need. They got a point guard, but I wouldn't have been surprised if the Hawks just said, "Well, we don't have a 7-footer, so let's just get a 7-footer and we'll figure out the point guard thing later." But I like him going to OKC. I like Nate Ament going to Milwaukee. My fellow volunteer. I like him going to Milwaukee. I think he's a good, like I mentioned earlier, having the freedom of just saying, let's just get the best guy left. I think at that time he was the best guy left. So I think they could like get to see what he can do because he is kind of a weird game, but I think he might be able to do something.
I actually I also like the other guy Sacramento drafted at 7, the Arkansas guy, right?
Acuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you like him? Yeah.
Good transition guy, especially.
Yeah, he is. Kind of twitchy. Yeah. He can't go left though. But he'll be interesting for them. I think he's a good pick for them, especially because they don't really know what they're doing either. I think he'll get a lot of minutes for them. All right. Speaking of Sacramento, like, where are you on Sacramento blowing it up or not? Like, how long do you think it's going to take for them to realize that they just have to blow up the whole team?
Hopefully sooner rather than later, because it's.
Let me put it this way: you think DeRozan and Levine are playing for the Sacramento Kings' first game of the season?
Man, I hate how tough of a question that is, even though it's not. Man, that's really tough. I'm gonna say yes on Levine, no on DeRozan.
Yes, Levine, no DeRozan. Okay.
I just think I mean I don't know, maybe flip it because I do think DeRozan's a hooper, but like I just can't. Why, DeMar? We might as well call it. There's no reason to play another year with this.
Call it a career?
Yeah, with this team, it's a complete waste of time.
Oh, you're saying on the Kings? I thought you meant he might as well like retire.
That's what I'm saying. He'll maybe like, dude, I'm not playing here. Like, get me out. And there'll be some like mutual parting of the ways.
Or retire. Yeah. I got you now. Yeah.
With Levine, I mean, Levine is still relatively young, and he's still in like the delusion of if I get right, I'll pop off. Like if I get healthy, I'll cook. So I think Sacramento will easily delude themselves. If he's healthy in training camp, they're gonna be thinking like we got this.
I think you're right, unfortunately.
I can already picture it. Dude, I can visualize first game Levine goes for like 45. They get a win. It's like a big win again. I don't know who they're playing. I didn't look at the schedule because they're not going to be on TV. I can tell you that.
Right. Yeah.
But they get a big win. Sabonis is like all over the stat sheet. It looks great. and then they go on like a 15-game losing streak right after.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that happening too. Their team looks like when you play, if you're doing a fantasy draft on 2K, the team that has the last pick.
Yeah.
They have Westbrook at 37, DeRozan at 36, Sabonis, Levine, Killian Hayes, Malik Monk, Neat Clifford, Doug McDermott at 34, Precious Achua, Drew Eubanks, Keegan Murray, DeAndre Hunter, Devin Carter, Patrick Baldwin Jr. Come on, man. Dylan Caldwell, I like.
Poop. Oh my God, it's bad.
Yeah.
I mean, DeRozan is 36. Like, seriously. On a team that's barely going to win 20 games, why am I playing?
The crazy thing is, and this is the weirdest part, they, like, talent-wise, they should win more than 20 games. Like, I don't think I've seen a team with this much talent that we all know for sure will not win more than 30 games. I mean, I just don't know. Like, it's just a bad mix. They're truly just a bad mix.
I mean, they committed to the wrong guy in hindsight off of their success a few years ago, and they didn't know this at the time. It's not that they knew they should have known the better, but they could have stuck with Mike Brown longer.
Yeah.
And I think that was the mistake where they put the faith in their star player who was gone a year later.
Yeah.
And again, it's hindsight. We didn't know he'd get this exposed, but again, like Mike Brown was a big part of why you became successful. And you gave that up, not really believing that he could kind of get you over the top. I don't really know why you gave up on him so fast.
Well, you could go even further and say that choosing Halliburton to trade versus Fox while Fox was hot. I mean, that changed. That was a major future change for them, which they really didn't have to trade Halliburton, which was kind of crazy too. But they made a lot of weird decisions. I don't think any team's made more.
If I remember correctly, a big reason they fired Mike Brown is because he fucking shunned De'Aaron Fox.
Probably.
Because he was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Well, obviously he worded it better, but because Fox blew the play-in game for them.
Yeah. Yep. So it's tough. It's tough. Yeah, I don't think they'll be on the team come the first game. I think DeRozan will
neither of them.
Toronto. Neither. Yeah, I don't think either of them will be on the team.
You know what?
I think Sabonis will though.
Yeah, I'd like it more if he was gone too, but I do think if they're starting to clear house going into the season, like it's clear cut, and both of them being gone would make it clear cut, then I actually like it.
Yeah, I think it's tough. They're both from. Is Levine actually from LA? I think he is.
He's a Cali guy. I don't know if he's an LA guy.
Oh, he's Seattle. He just went
Seattle.
to UCLA. He's from Washington. Yeah, so that's tough. A lot of those guys really don't want to leave the West Side, even though they both have been in a bunch of different other places. But it's hard to get them to leave the West.
Levine
31.
He's getting up there.
Yeah, 31 is like the second prime a lot of times. You get like a 31 to 33, you have 2 really good years, and then after that it starts.
I do think there's a good season for him in the next like 3 years.
Yeah.
But it's just Not in
Is it a
Sacramento.
winning season? Is the question?
Right.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm surprised there hasn't been like targets for them early, especially for some of these teams that are like really close to completing their contending rosters. Like, you know, I think Minnesota is doing good trying to figure out their roster now. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Indiana got Levine and said, this is our swingman, Levine, Neesmith, Zubac, and Siakam.
I'm
And
curious. I'm
Halliburton. That's
curious
what
about how
they're
Indy runs it back.
Yeah, I think the Zubac trade was one of the worst trades of the year, and they're like not getting enough hate for it.
Oh, it
in my
was
opinion.
like definitively one of the worst trades. There's a conversation to where it ranks in history, especially with how it played out.
They're not getting enough hate for it for me, and I think that they'll try to fix that by getting something big. I don't think they go in there with the same roster. I think they got to get something, especially now that Mathurin actually finished the year looking pretty good. I mean, I think he got hurt at the end again, but when he was healthy, he looked really good.
There's going to be an interesting conversation if Halliburton comes back and they immediately get back to being a really good team.
Yeah, it would be.
Because then at that point, his leadership is clear. Like there's something to his on-court leadership because we kind of know who he is as a player.
It will, but it will be a little unfair because they were actively trying to lose. They even got fined for trying to lose last year.
That's true.
So
we did only see a month of them taking the season seriously.
Yeah. Now, if they took the season seriously and were trash, then I'd be with you. But I do think they did actually try. I mean, I don't think they actually tried. So.
And Obi's coming back, right? He should be getting healthy, as far as I know.
Yeah, I think he's back. Yeah. Any other teams you think will make a move soon? I'm hearing Portland.
Believe it or not, a bit of a wild card guess. I think Orlando's going to do something.
Okay.
Let me really go wild card. Banchero for Brown, straight up. What do you need to make it work?
You asking me?
Who needs to add more to make the trade make sense?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'd say the Celtics do.
Ooh.
I need at least 2 first rounders. At least.
That's I haven't heard anything about that being a potential thing, but I would be very interested in that.
You think Tatum and Banchero would be good together? That's the question.
Immediately, my first thought is no. But okay. I do think I just don't like. I think Banchero needs a change of scenery. I know it's kind of like a weird thing. It's kind of early to say that.
Yeah.
But I just don't like. There's like a status he has on the team that I think if he goes to Boston, I think humbles him by default.
Okay.
Because Boston has as an organization has more authority. They're a winning organization. They've been a winning roster. They have a culture of winning with the guys they currently have.
Yeah.
And I think their play style is just a lot simpler. So Banchero doesn't have to, whatever his fit is, he doesn't have to think a lot. That's where I think the problem is in Orlando. He's like a decision maker where we saw it in the playoffs. Like, dude, he could just go into a mode where he's unstoppable.
Yeah.
And in Boston, I think that like they could kind of cater to that a lot more. Orlando couldn't really do that.
I see what you're saying.
And Jaylen
think
Brown is a phenomenal fit for Orlando.
Oh yeah, no question on that. And that's the tough thing. Jaylen is so good in all these conversations. We're never talking about how he's gonna fit because he's such a. I joke about him being an accelerated role player, but he's such an easy fit. Like he just does everything everybody else doesn't do. He'll just do it. He's a really good scorer now. I mean, I even said if he had went to Milwaukee, I think Milwaukee still would be good. I don't know if they wouldn't be a playoff team, but they'd be competitive with him there. But
I think with Jenkins and Brown, with what we saw from their cast last year, I do think they're like at least a play-in team.
Right. Yeah. I mentioned Portland, and I think I could see Portland going for Banchero. It doesn't give Banchero the same dynamic you're talking about, but I think Portland kind of has a different. The biggest problem for me with Banchero in Orlando, he still just has never played with a ball handler.
And that's the thing. In Portland, I see the vision for the players around him.
Right. Like if I said you could have, I gotta look at Portland's roster real quick because I don't remember all the dudes they got. They got a lot of guys. If I said you could have Toonami, if you could have Kamara and Scoot and Sharp and you can have Jeremy Grant actually.
No, let me keep one of those guards. Whoa. I'll give you Grant, but let me keep Sharp, okay?
So Scoot, Sharp. Scoot, Grant, and Kamara, and you can have Chris Murray.
Yeah,
because
There we go.
No, but yeah. Keep Sharp. Scoot would have to be in it because Scoot would be the main piece that Orlando probably would want. They need a point guard. Portland's getting Dame back. Yeah, Dame's old, but we'll get another young point guard when that comes around.
Mm-hmm.
We got Drew Holiday. We got Thibault. Then we'll get Banchero at the 4 with Robert Williams. I don't know.
This might be the first time I've wanted a player sweepstakes to extend because I want to hear like who these sneaky teams are that are interested in Jaylen Brown. Like I want to hear if this stalls out for 2 weeks. I want to hear like that new team that kind of enters the conversation. And even if it's just kind of a rumor, even if it's just like a brief phone call, I'm curious there should be a lot of teams interested in Jaylen Brown.
I think basically every team in the league should be interested in Jaylen Brown. So yeah, I think there will be too. I hope it does too, and I hope Boston really takes their time because some of the ones they were looking at. I mean, like I don't even like some of the other trades that I've heard that Boston was interested in. So I would like to see it too because I think Portland honestly has the best package to give somebody, maybe in the whole league. I'm not saying it's like an instant your team's good, but if you package Sharp and Grant and Kamara or Sharp, Grant, Scoot, Sharp, Grant, Drew, Sharp, Grant, Thibault, I'm giving you a starter for that.
You're getting like a good almost half of a rotation.
Right.
Of guys who've played, who've exceeded expectations a lot.
Right. And I mean, I think Portland has the roster that they could lose some guys and they'll still be good. I mean, Lillard, Holiday, Grant, Avdija.
They hired the new coach, right? It wasn't a splitter, though. It was somebody's assistant.
The Timberwolves assistant, Nori. The one who used to come in when Finch got ejected all the time.
Mm-hmm.
He's not bad.
I saw. I'm not mad at it. I like the hire. I mean, I wish they kept Splitter, but it is what it is.
They got James Posey as assistant still. I don't know what James Posey does for these teams. So there's options out there. I like your Orlando idea as well. I think New Orleans is in the conversation. I mean, I do think they're trying really hard to hang on to Zion, but I could see a Zion trade. I could see someone offering something that they just can't.
God damn, I keep forgetting about New
resist.
Orleans. I do. I'm curious about what they do.
Yeah, they're another team that they could put together a nice package. And it's really not even that it's like guys they don't need. It's guys they just truly don't use right. Like they
Most
need
of
Trey
the roster.
Murphy. Right. They need Trey Murphy. They need DeJounte. They need Herb Jones. They need Fears. But I could see them trading all of them because they just don't know what to do with them so far.
Their queen might cook next season.
They just hired Jamal Mosley. So I liked what Mosley was doing with Orlando at the end of the season. I really did. I'm not saying he was a great coach, but I liked what I saw. I think he was doing the best he could with their roster. And I could see them New Orleans coming out pretty interesting next year, but I do think they'll make a trade. I do think they'll make a big trade. Yeah. All right. You got anything else?
No. That's it. I'm excited next season how this tanking adjustments play out, because we've already kind of gotten that point where not like a lot of the teams are making the choice to be bad.
Yeah.
I wonder if we get like some of the teams, or at least a team that accidentally exceeds expectations because they stay competitive.
Give me an example. Like, what do you mean?
You mentioned earlier, Brooklyn. I can see Brooklyn. Let's say Brooklyn's a 20-win team in reality, but because they're competitive, because Randall's kind of re-energized, refocused, and he stays locked in all year, he plays great. Maybe he's like a fringe MVP candidate, even with just good numbers.
Yeah,
that's an extra 30 wins right there. 35. Now you're getting to 500. You might be able to sneak in the play-in at that point.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. I can see that happening too. That's almost what the Hornets did this year.
Yeah.
I mean, they were a lot better than people expected. They just didn't put it all together. But were a lot better than anybody was expecting them to be.
And I think we'll get a better view of on a lot of these bad teams, how these guys are up and coming, like what their potential really is.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been so many years of watching Utah not being able to evaluate all these talented fucking players.
Yeah. I'm excited for Utah. I really am. They're one of my teams I'm most excited to see, and not even because of the draft. I just want to see the guys that they had, and I know they're going to get more televised games.
Oh, for sure. This is my first season being excited about DC since John Wall left. I'm pretty sure I haven't been excited since John's been gone.
Were you excited when they got Westbrook?
No.
Oh, that was the same year, right? They got traded. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't excited either. I was actually more excited to see John on Houston than I was for him to see anything on.
I still get pissed off about that shit.
Yeah, if you go back and look up the roster on that Houston team, their roster, the first game of the season was amazing on paper. It was absolutely disgusting in the games. But on paper, it was like they were like the Kings. Yeah. All right. Real quick, did you see Alyssa Thomas last night almost punched Caitlyn in the neck. Not really, but she it was a dirty play. She went down for a loose ball Caitlyn had, and she kind of put her weight down onto Caitlyn's neck. It was an ugly play for sure.
Yeah.
She just got suspended, flagrant 2, suspended for a game.
Mm.
Interesting stuff. WNBA has been pretty intense this season. We'll probably talk about it more next pod because I don't think we'll have as much stuff. Next pod we'll talk about it. All right, thank you for listening. As always, please follow us, subscribe, turn on notifications, and we will see you guys next time.